Hey, friends. I am diligently working on the free training series that I bring to you every single year to help you market to private pay clients so that you can have greater control over your income, regardless of what's happening with insurance or third-party middleman. You at least need to be able to crank up the lever on your marketing to bring in more clients when you need, or get your marketing on maintenance mode so that you can continue bringing clients in even during slow seasons like the summer. What I'm hearing more and more is that a lot insurance companies, I'm not going to say names, but y'all know who you are either not reimbursing at the contracted rate, are engaging in clawbacks of tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes for policies that weren't even in effect when that money was initially paid out. You are getting the willies about some of these third-party intermediary companies, not naming names, but if you have read their terms and services, some of them are super duper concerning. For example, taking your client's data and selling it to other people in order to make money on the advertising side of things. So, if you think about it, how are these companies being able to offer therapy at such cheap rates? It's not because they're making money from the therapy. It's because they're making money by selling those clients' data. And I'm not talking data simply about, oh, they visited Lululemon on their laptop after a therapy session. I'm talking about even really highly protected sensitive health information. For example, a screening that these companies have before this person starts therapy with you, which includes questions about safety and risk, and that information being sold to advertisers. It's blowing my mind. So we do have to be really careful with who we choose to partner with. And I do give away a freebie somewhere in the training series. I'm not sure which day it is, that talks about how you can check out your contract with the third-party folks that you might already be working with to make sure that from a liability point of view, you are covered. And then, of course, we're going to talk about how you can transition from any third-party companies that you're like, not super sure that place is safe, into straight private pay, how to talk with your clients about that, and how to ethically and legally bring them over into private pay sessions in ways that work for both them and for you. So we're going to be covering the gamut. There are 3 primary ways that therapists need to market to private pay clients. We need to make sure that we can get found, and that when we're found, we get picked. Okay, so we're hitting those 2 things. And then there are 3 ways that we get found. One of them is through relationships. You might know it as networking. I like to think about it as building real relationships, no quid pro quo here. The second way is through maximizing really simple SEO strategies that you do not need to pay someone else to do. And the third way is through making helpful stuff for clients or referrers. So if you've ever sat down with a client and you made a worksheet with them, maybe you made a worksheet about how we can recognize your mood state and what the potential causes of that might be. Like, is it about what actually happened, or maybe it's about past stuff that's coming into the current situation? If you've ever made worksheets like that, you are a content marketer. You've already kind of gotten in that zone, and we can use that kind of material to help your referral sources and their patients, thereby leading to more referrals for you. And we can also use that on the internet, maybe on social media if you want to be on social media, maybe on your website, maybe on YouTube like this. And it will kind of breadcrumb people back to your website. And then once on your website, together, we're going to make some amazing copy that speaks directly to your ideal client so that once you get found, you get picked. It's a super simple way to get clients coming in the door on repeat. Yes, clients who are excited to work with you and willing to pay your private pay rates. And I'll tell you a quick little story. So when I was shopping for a therapist, one of the many times, I kept hearing this person's name over and over again, simply because of the quality of the work that this person did. So I was like, okay, let me check him out. And I went to his website. It was an ugly website. It was not cute. It was very old. But what he wrote on it spoke so deeply to exactly what I knew I needed that I was like, this has got to be my guy. Okay. So that is the power of copy. But then this happened. He had a free consult. He did not have his rates listed on his website. And in his case, that was probably pretty smart because I'm cheap. So if I had seen the rate, I might not have called him because that's me. So I called the guy. I didn't know his rate. He had heard great things about him. His copy really resonated with me. And I call him, we have this really good conversation. And I had already been to another therapist who was an insurance-based therapist, had every qualification under the sun. And like, it just was not doing it for me. We were not connected at all. I knew she was seeing like 35 patients because her level of empathy was about this. So I meet with him and he's just as amazing in person as he is on his website. And I'm like, okay, you're my guy. I got to work with you. And then he tells me his rate. And I was like, not a chance, dude. Like, I can't pay that. That's a lot of money. And he was so kind. And he said to me, let's do this. This is my rate. And it's my rate because I need to be able to take care of myself and my family. But I also think we're a really good fit. And so what I'd like you to do is to go home and think through your expenses and your bills and really, really like think through what you can afford to pay rather than just having this kind of shock reaction. And I will also think through if there's room for me to adjust my rate. And I thought, okay, so we did that. And he was smart. He scheduled that next session. He did not wait to hear from me via email. He made it easy. So I show up at the next meeting and I'm like, man, I don't want to like offend you. I can go higher than I thought I could, but I can't go all the way to your rate. And he was like, well, that's perfect because I can go a little lower than I thought I could. And let's meet in the middle. And then we worked together and it was amazing, 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 amazing therapeutic relationship. So I want to talk to you about how you can get people calling you so that when you get on the phone and they feel that soul therapist vibe, you're able to get them into sessions with you and create the change that you were built to bring to the world. All right. Hope that's helpful. Drop your questions below and let me build them into our training series.